Julian and Miles have become even more obsessed with their Alamo program, if you can believe it. Rom is always bragging about his son, the soldier boy, and we'll never know if Vic Fontaine dreams. Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Seventh Rule with Sirach Lofton.
Hello, hello.
My name is Ryan T. Huss. Today we're doing a review of Deep Space Nine. This is the big one. You guys have been waiting for this one. Season 7, Episode 10, It's Only a Paper Moon. Story by our good friends and friends of the show, David Mack and John Ordover. And written by Ronald D. Moore. I wish he was my friend. Directed by Anson Williams. This was December 30th, 1998. Where were you? This is a Nog episode. It is a very, very Nog episode. So Melissa Longo is here.
Hi.
Man, it is so Nog, and I'm so excited. Very quickly,
so Nog.
Before we get into it, we want to give a very special thanks to our friends Mark Rocco and Janice Sangunito. That's got to be Italian, right? Mark Rocco, thank you very much. And Janice Sangunito, thank you very much. How you guys doing? Sangunito. S-A-N-G, that's blood, right? Blood, like that's the root of that is blood.
Yeah.
I think
yeah. It's same thing in French.
I missed the Soldier Boy reference. Where was that? Did he call him the Soldier Boy?
Yeah.
Vic.
And then the song played in my head. And I was trying to remember the moves for the Soldier Boy.
Please remember them for this recording. This would be glorious.
That might be the origin of Soldier Boy's name, huh? Okay, interesting.
Gotta be.
Interesting.
Also, Nog asked him, he said, "Hey, Vic, do you dream?" And he was like, "Go to bed, Pally," or something like that. I was like, but we all want to know, man.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of Blade Runner and what it was based off of. And do androids dream or count something sheep? I forget. But
Count Dooku. All right, Sirach.
Yeah.
Oh, first of all, everybody listening in, Sirach is wearing the coolest Ethiopian scarf, and I freaking love it.
It's
like
beautiful.
Blue and like gold and like is that black or a dark brown? It almost looks like. Compared to your black shirt.
A little red in the
with
tip.
red.
Ooh, a little red flare. It's freaking amazing.
Spice. Add the spice.
Yeah. I have to go back and ask my mom what particular tribe this represents, because each pattern has a reference to different tribes. Like some of them are Walaita, and they're just different tribes, or Romeo. So you have these fabrics and these designs represent different regions and tribes in Ethiopia. So the pattern, like as soon as you see somebody wearing it, you know where they're from.
What about this one?
I have to go back.
Love
you know where this one's from?
Nice. That's a little Ethiopian action too. Absolutely.
Love it.
Love it.
I always have this one on hand in case I need to look cool real quick. I'm like, no, I'm cool. Check it out. Everybody listening, I got an Ethiopian scarf as well. I did not get that myself. That is a gift from Sirach. I wouldn't know where to look other than Ethiopia, but Melissa's got her hands full. She's like, I don't have a scarf. Well, you have a cat.
I have a bracelet,
okay.
But I could run and get it.
No. This is about Nog in this episode. I mean, speaking of looking fresh, I thought he looked really dapper in this episode.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I loved him in the tuxedo. I loved him in this like outfits from like, I don't know, it looked like
so funny.
Those sweater vests.
That sweater, yeah. He looked sharp in that. It looked good on him, actually.
How was Aron, by the way, able to look good looking through all that hideous makeup? Like, especially when he came down the stairs at the end there, I was like, damn, that is a good looking dude. Through the makeup, through the big head.
I know. Well, and then there was moments where I was noticing his arms through his sweater. And I'm like, see, that's not padding. That's Aron's arms. He was cut.
Man, I wish he could hear you say that. He'd be like, "That was a lot of work. Thank you for noticing."
Well, he
I,
loves turning his Raisinets into Whoppers. So, quote from Aron Eisenberg.
yeah, he definitely a great episode. So much in this episode. First of all, the title itself, just "It's Only a Paper Moon," is a Ella Fitzgerald song. I want to make sure we talk a little bit about her, but it's really just a well-written episode. I mean, as soon as you get into it, they get right into it with Rom. I think Rom provides so much comedy in the beginning of this episode. I don't know what I'm going to say to him. How's your new leg? You know,
Or when he said,
the way he,
what cracked me up was
yeah.
when he said, "See you later," or something like
I
that, right?
Yes, I like that too.
I'm like,
I
why did he
really-
drag out "C" so long?
Yep.
But why it
Yes.
worked so well though?
But it works with his thought process. Like this is the way Rom thinks. So he speaks the way he thinks, and it's wonderful because it's so unique to Rom. And the way
It is. His delivery is like he almost sings it.
yeah.
It's almost like he's singing the line. Okay, see you later. It's like kind of like a commercial, like a commercial jingle. Like
They're
they always have those. Right. Exactly. Ram
Yeah.
is the talking commercial jingle. Everything he says, he kind of sings and really has a melody to it, which I love because it's so comedic. And then I think that it's a good balance for this episode too, because this episode was dealing with a lot of heavy issues.
And it's endearing and full of heart, and it's wonderful. Rom is amazing.
Yeah. Now, Sirach, most of these episodes, this is your first viewing. So
Yes.
the question is, had you seen it? I know you've heard us talking about this 1,000 times over. This episode means so much to so many, including Aron himself, especially, I think, not just because he loved the episode, but on top of it, how much it meant to other people. But had you seen this before?
No, this was my first time watching this episode.
Awesome.
Yay.
And I kept pausing it and rewinding it and pausing. Like I had so much notes, I had to double up. It's just too much to write down. And no, I was surprised. I was watching this episode completely. I didn't even remember doing the episode until I walk in with that date with Keisha, and I was like, "Oh, I remember Keisha. Yes, she was a beautiful girl." And so I didn't even remember the scenes. I didn't remember any. I was watching it literally like just anybody else at home who didn't know what the outcome was going to be. So when Nog kicks the table over and jumps on top of me and starts punching me, I was like, "What the hell?" I really was shocked by it. I was like, "What the hell was that? Why'd you do that? Damn, Nog.
Damn, Nog, what's your problem?
What's wrong with you, man?"
Yeah.
So I was really surprised by that. I was surprised by that.
Do we remember Keisha's last name? I think it was Florentine. But okay, some people will get that one.
No.
And if not, I'll show myself out. Melissa's still working on it. She was looking away. Anyway, yeah, and Sirach, by the way, again, in that scene, you did your own stunts, right? That was you. That was definitely you getting a table thrown on you and you falling back. There was no mat behind you because we would have seen it. Right. Maybe they might have given you one of those alligator things behind you or whatever. Or maybe you were just like, dude, I'm 18. And I'm tough, nothing breaks when you're 18. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. That's not a heavy duty stunt right there. That's just a fallback fall over.
But you don't remember it,
too big of a deal.
And you've got some inches on Nog too. So.
Yeah, you know what? I was thinking, how many times Nog has been a real jerk to me when I was watching that scene. I was like, he's still being a jerk. I'm trying to help you out, and I thought there were some really good moments there. I liked it's just like when he first sees him, he says, like, "Hey, I can carry your bag," right? That's like the first kind of like, you know, you need help carrying your bag, and Nog's like that's not what he wants to hear right now. He doesn't want to
Mhm.
be his kind of handicap to be the thing that is the center of attention, and right away it is the center of attention, right, from everybody's
Yeah.
perspective. So
Well,
um
yeah, but
yeah,
it's also, yes, it's Nog's story, but it's also interesting to see um, the crew's culture shock to Nog's PTSD, and it not a, this isn't the same man that they sent, that sent away, that they knew, that they've grown up with on the station. This is He's been completely changed by his experience, and I don't think that everyone was completely prepared for the Nog that came home.
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah, it was a really nice moment though when he did arrive before we realized, the issues that came from this, when everybody was there cheering for him and
Yeah,
Cisco was having his nice moment with him.
yeah,
They were all it was like a really nice sentiment to see, how they value him and how they treat people.
yeah,
And I also
yeah.
thought it was really cool that Ram and Lita kind of got their moment to shine, especially at the beginning and at the
Mhm.
end, to where they were kind of his safety net. They're his family, and
Mhm.
Lita really steps up as a mother figure. Like she's not just like she wasn't acting like, "Oh, this is my husband's son." Like she was acting the most concerned out of everybody, She like loves him like a son herself. So I thought that was a really nice moment for her, and I was really happy that the writers gave all of the characters such great moments in reference to you saying that the crew kind of had that culture shock. It was nice to see how each of the different crew members reacted to this in their
Mhm.
own way and how they all cared in their own way and,
yeah,
and tried to fix it.
yeah,
Yeah, there was definitely
yeah. And to your
concern.
point, they even they went into the oh, sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, no, I was saying it to your point that, when they had that meeting inside of the, captain's quarters or whatever it was, and
Mhm.
they're all sitting there basically trying to strategize and game plan on how to figure out the best course for Nog, right? They're like, okay, he needs his space, he needs this, we got to do this. And, they start going through the whole holodeck, like, I don't believe that's the best option. Just the whole game planning. I felt like from the beginning, it felt like the the crew was trying to pick up their guy that they knew was down. And
Yeah.
there was a moment there
Mhm.
with O'Brien and Nog. I thought it was towards the end when he
Oh,
said,
that was
"Hey,
so good.
you can't. I know you're trying to override the system, but you can't." And I thought that was just a very good moment. And everybody kind of had their moments with him without like slapping him around and saying, "Hey, what's the matter with you?" It was more like,
Mhm.
"Hey, this is a sensitive issue. Let's try to figure it out." Except for when Jake gets like, he can't handle that song anymore. He's like,
He's
I
"I'm
like, 3 days,
know.
man. It's been three
I
days of the
know.
same song on loop. I
yeah,
can't sleep.
I can't do this, man. I
I'm
can't do this."
trying to be understanding, but
Yeah, yeah. I
go
want
to
to be your
Holosuite.
friend. He's like, "I'm trying to be understanding. I want to be your friend, but enough is enough. This is not going to work. You gotta."
Yeah.
But of
So
course, so
it's your fault that he ends up in a
well, I
Holosuite.
was gonna say
I
Jake is the
know.
hero. He's the reason that
Right.
Nog went into the Holosuite and
Mhm.
got better and made his friend and that had this whole arc that ended up being for the better. So
Yeah.
Jake saves the
Good
day
job.
again. God,
Yeah,
he's always saving the
inadvertently, I
day.
did. That's what I said. Go rent a hollow suite. um, I thought another moment, just a small Jake moment, was when Keisha was talking to Nog, and she says to him, "Yeah, Jake tells me that you're going to be the first Ferengi captain in Starfleet."
That's so cute.
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's kind of a cool. That's cool."
That's so
Yeah,
awesome.
his buddy is bragging to this
Yep.
girl about
Yeah.
his friend.
Yeah, I thought that
And
too. I
yeah,
was like, Jake is such a good friend. He's so great. He's talking about his buddy Nog.
Or
First
maybe
the
that's
ring.
just his pickup line. Maybe he's like, my dad's a captain. My best friend's a captain. Your best friend's a captain. Well, he will someday. He will someday. Go ahead. You can come meet him.
no, Jake's there. I mean, he's only there really to cheer up Nog and try to make him feel better. And it's funny because in that scene when I'm sitting there with Keisha and we're having that moment, I walk away. Nog does this. Aron does this really good ribbing when he wants to like pull your card and make you feel uncomfortable or be short with you. He's very good at this. If he wants to make you feel uncomfortable or he wants to call you out and he thinks you're BSing or something, he thinks you're phony, Aron will like he can chop you down. And I saw glimpses of that in his performance as Nog in that scene. I was like, boy, when he wants to go hard on somebody, right?
Same. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's Aron there. I've seen that look.
Yeah. He can go,
like when he said,
go no mercy, like Karate Kid, like sweep the leg, no mercy. When he wants to shut you down, that's what he did to Keisha.
Like when he said, then maybe you should keep quiet. I was like,
yeah.
Yes.
He does that. I've seen him do that in real life to people that he wanted to shut down. And he shuts him down like just like that with that exact same kind of like okay.
No, I've definitely seen that look before. It's not necessarily directed at me. I don't think he ever directed that look at me, although he could have.
Maybe to the back of your head when you weren't looking.
Yeah,
you're like, he could have, and I just missed it.
He could have, but no.
That's his angry. That's when he gets angry. When he gets angry at somebody, or if he's like in a really bad mood, then he'll shut you down like that, and you're like, "There's no in. There's no way to get in." You're like, It's like, well, maybe you should just, yeah. Why don't you just go sit over there where you're supposed to be at?
I think what was cool about this was that, along with that, is that we got to see the many shades of Aron the actor, right?
Yes.
We got to see him playing depressed. We got to see him playing beside himself with tears and sadness and just broken down. We got to see him totally excited and ambitious and amped about something like he used to be with this show. When he's like, we'll build this and we'll do that, and really getting into it.
Yeah,
we saw him
another thing. Yeah, we saw so many
getting mad at you, Sirach. We saw that. We saw him. I saw a second of horror when he was watching the old TV show with the people shooting each other. As soon as somebody was shooting him, he was looking. He was just like, what is wrong with these people? Like the look on his face, and just like a 1 second reaction shot when he was watching them shoot each other. And you could tell he was just thinking like, these people were barbaric. What are they doing?
Well, yeah, but then you saw the confusion and, didn't he just get shot?
Yeah.
How is he walking around? Wait, this doesn't make sense. It's a TV show. It's not real life. No.
Well, one thing about Nog that I've always he is adamant about projecting a tough exterior. And so that was one thing that he's like always rested his his identity on it, that I'm tough, I can handle it, I can do it, I'm the guy, I'm the one who can do it, I'm strong enough, I'm smarter, I'm confident. And so he always had this bravado about it. Jake, you got to go hit the weight room. You got to be like, and even when he was talking about Ram early on, he's like, my father's, is basically, I don't want to be like my father, because he felt this bravado, this like confidence in himself, and this really tough exterior that he never really let anybody penetrate until now. This is when we were able to see like a real level of vulnerability. I think we saw it in the the Red Squad episode a little bit too, But even then, he kind of got even more hardened because at the end of that episode, he was like, you know, uh, hardened even more, not so much in a vulnerable state. This is where we actually saw Nog open up and say, I'm scared. I'm,
Yeah.
you know, I
Yeah.
have this big fear and I don't know what to do." And he left himself kind of open, like saying, "This is my weak spot." And we never saw a weak spot on Nog before. He gets a short temper. He has an attitude. He does his tantrum. He won't talk to you. But we never saw him in full out soft,
Breaking down.
vulnerable, breaking
Right.
down mode. And this was like,
Right.
it lets you know how much pressure was on him all this time. Like how much, you know, he even mentioned it in this episode. He talks about for the first time, I actually felt that it could happen to me. It
Mm-hmm.
happened to me. Like I always, saw it as it happened to other people. So in his mind, he was like how I think a lot of us at some point in our lives are when we're young. We feel invincible. We
Right.
feel, you know, infallible, invincible. We'll live
Totally.
forever. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like, you never broke a bone. Like I've never, experienced anything bad. So,
Sirach's never broken
uh,
a bone, fun fact.
Me neither.
What?
yeah.
Really?
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
called balance. But
Well, and I've even fallen down the stairs, so I'm a klutz. So, so
okay,
not breaking
but
a
you land
bone.
on your feet though. You still have
Well,
the
I was kind
cat
of
like.
bendy, so my leg was back here, but it didn't
Oh wow, it didn't break.
break.
But yeah, I think that tough exterior that he's been wearing all this time is really kind of broken down in this episode, and I love to see the vulnerability. I think he opened us up to just how he felt, and he really had to dig deep to get this performance to pull this
Mm-hmm.
off, and this was like really well acted in my. I loved him
So
and
good.
James Darren bouncing off
Oh,
of each other.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's what
they
I
had
wanted
some
to
amazing
that's
moments. Go
what
ahead.
I was really
Sorry.
excited to hear from Sirach, because you and I, Melissa, we already know about these scenes and Aaron's acting and all that. And I was really excited for Sirach to see Aaron's big acting moments. Like the biggest Aaron Eisenberg acting moments I think ever are in this episode, right? Um, I can't think of any others that were up at this level. And so, Sirach is an actor himself. I was just thinking, you're watching this going like, that's my guy. Aaron's acting the shit out of this, and when I'm watching it, I'm picturing you watch it, and I'm like, anybody
Mm-hmm.
that's watching it for the first time, especially somebody that knew Aaron personally, is going to take a lot of pride, I think, in this performance. And I hope you enjoyed it, because we all did.
I absolutely loved it. It was like I was watching. How much I love those old mob movies and stuff. It was like I was watching Casino, which is a great movie with
Mm-hmm.
Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro. It was like a little bit of Casino. It was a little bit of, I mean, it was just a little bit of everything I love. So I felt like I got all of it in one episode. Um, and like I said, I kept pausing and rewinding it, and there were amazing moments that he did. I mean, one of the best scenes that I loved is when, Vic tells him, "Hey, why don't you go back to your quarters?" And Nog says, "I don't want to go back to my quarters. Actually, I don't want to go back to my life." I
That
was
Mm-hmm.
like,
was the line, yeah.
wow. I was like, wow, this, and the way he delivered it was amazing. And I just
Hmm.
thought, there's a lot of people that sometimes feel that way. They get to a point in their life where they feel like that, like, oh God, this is just, I don't want to do this anymore. And they want to escape. And a lot of us try to, wish we could just, escape and run away from our problems and run away from whatever situation we're in. But, there is, at the end of the day, which is what Nog kind of learned in this, is that there is no escape. You have to kind of accept it, learn, and move forward. And think that was one of the beautiful things that Vic gave to him in this episode. It was so great that a non-corporeal, a non-living thing is telling a living thing about life,
how to live.
and I thought, yeah, and I
Love
was like, this is just this is what makes Star Trek, what makes Ron Moore and David Mack, and just the way they put it together. It's like a hologram is telling a person, a Ferengi in this case, about life, and I thought what a great kind of irony, and it couldn't have been a better platform or kind of setting for us to see Nog unfold these emotions.
So we got to jump into our break right now, but there's a lot of stuff to jump from on that, like Ronald D. Moore's writing, which I was really blown away with, because we think of him as the cool sci-fi writer, Battlestar Galactica, Dominion Wars, this and that, but he can write something with a lot of heart and a lot of non-sci-fi elements,
even within the sci-fi elements, because
Right.
Outlander has a lot of heart in it.
Haven't seen it. Take your word for it. So we're going to take a super quick break, and we're going to watch Outlander real quick, and we'll be right back on The Seventh Rule.